And I know for myself, like, the situation happened, like, but what can we learn from this? Like, how can we better? How could we use this situation to better you, right? What can it do? Because I believe situations, they don't, they're not there for our benefit. They're not there for our bad. They're actually there to help us, to reveal something in us. So that should reveal something to you that, you know what I mean? Like, the anger that you have or something inside yourself, it needs to be controlled. And all it is just a decision. It's just a change of mind. That's all it is. And it's all it does. It's just a change of mind. It's the only way for you to be able to see a new perspective, a new attitude, for you to change. You know, it says one of the aspects to be a better person, and one of the things I listen to is when they said you can't fix a problem with the same mind that created the problem. So if you're gonna fix a problem, you have to change your mind. Plain and simple. Simply just have to change your mind. That's all you have to do. You have to tell yourself, you have to get control of yourself, right? And you have to be able to stop yourself at that present moment, at that present time, and be like, you know what? I'm gonna take a deep breath, right? I know what I'm feeling. I'm stepping outside of my feelings. So what is it that in this situation could possibly alter the rest of my life and the course of my journey and anything that I have to do? What could it do? Right? But you need to have that awareness, right? And you need to have that self-control, because I think that is the most important thing. A self-controlled mind, a self-controlled heart, and a self-controlled, like, just higher self. Because the problem is, as I said, I always knew that you'd be my biggest, like, learning lesson. I always knew you would be. I knew it. You just came in a different form. You just came with a whole different, like, whole different plan. Like, God knew what He was doing. He knew exactly what He was doing. He provided us, and He knew exactly what He was doing, right? And I spoke to her mother. I talk, intelligently, respectfully, assertively, and I said to her, just in a mannerism that did not emulate, you know, hatred, anger, especially anger, because once again, I don't hate her. I don't hate her. I can't. If I hate her, that's gonna take too much energy in my mind, and I'm trying to deviate. I'm trying to get all my energy to being successful, and I can't let that, if that's one of the principles in life to stay away from, I can't let that stop me from achieving what I gotta do. Plain and simple. That that's it right there. I'm not gonna let that change me. That's not gonna affect me, because I know who I am. Shakespeare said, know thyself. So you need to know who you are. You gotta know who you are. And I'm not an angry man. Of course I'm human. I'm not somewhere else. I'm human. Like, I'm a I'm a person who just understands, tries to do my best to understand. I try my best to take hold of every situation, anything that comes my way. I like to look at it from a different angle, and how possibly this situation could help me grow. And I realized after the TTC job really changed me. It actually showed me something about myself. Is that, and I even myself can tell you that I've doubted myself. I've got down, but immediately I decided to do something. Immediately I decided to do something. The moment I was kicked out, I had to go to work, and I said to myself, I said, Keon, as I'm driving down there, I'm like, oh my God, my life is gonna change. My life is gonna change. I had all these goals, I had all these dreams, and I failed. I didn't make it. I didn't I didn't achieve what I was supposed to achieve, and this is it. This is it. But then I made a decision at the time. I said, you know what? Today is the worst day of my life, but I'm gonna make it the best day of my life. I'm gonna make it the best day of my life. So I went to work. True story. I went to work, and I made that weekend the best weekend. I needed that weekend. God knew why He did what He did. He knew why He did what He did in order for me to be in that position, in order to change a course in my life, to bring hope and everything that I need. But it took the biggest situation, and that's what God does. That's what God does. He takes the biggest situation in our lives and He makes it the best situation in our lives. If we fail big. You gotta fail big. Because if you don't fail big, then you know something's coming up. Like, you can't just fail and then get down on yourself and say, I didn't succeed because of, things that came up. Like, no, I'll never. I mean, you can't look at life like that, right? And I feel that the most important thing is to understand that in Romans 8 verse 28 it says, for everything that happens, for all, like, pretty much summing up saying, for all bad that happens or anything that happens is from God and it's for your benefit. Everything that happens is from God and it's for your benefit. So TTC was the thing that I talk about. I failed big. I failed humongously. And you know what? I learned a lesson from it. Now, Zig Ziglar said, if someone who doesn't want to learn won't learn, someone who does want to learn, it can't be stopped. They can't be stopped. You cannot stop that person if they want to learn. And I want to learn. And I'm going to do everything in my power. And I'm going to take every situation. I'm going to take every obstacle that comes my way. And I'm going to turn it into the best thing ever. Because I know I'm guided. Because I know the connection that I have is undeniable. It's out of this world. The senses are there. It's there. It's there. Long in history have man proven that they get inspiration from an infinite source. Something else other than themselves gave them the inspiration of something that they want to do. Or maybe even not what they want to do, but just give them an idea, a seed, a plant, an understanding, a clear path, a vision, wow. A vision exactly of what you need to do and how you need to do it and where you need to go to do it. Okay.